Assalamu alaikum dear students. In this lecture we are going to study about components of grammar in good writing. So previously you people studied about composition writing, that what the composition writing is. So for a good writing it is very important for you people to learn about the grammar, that what actually the way to write a good writing, because without good elements of grammar in your writing would not have that much effect without a good grammar. So in today's lecture we are going to study about the paths of speech, the phrases and the clauses. So a complete sentence is composed of what? Is composed of phrases and clauses, and further phrases and clauses denotes what? The parts of speech. So parts of speech. What is a part of speech? A part of speech is a particular grammatical class of word. The parts of speech explain how a word is used in a sentence. So speech means anything which is written or which is spoken. So parts of speech means those parts or those words which are actually involved grammatically in the whole process of speech. So we termed as parts of speech. So parts of speech we have generally noun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, pronoun, interjection. So we are just going to take the overview of the parts of speech. Noun. So what is a noun? It is defined as a name of a person, place, thing or idea. Any person like Aisha, any place like Pakistan, Canada, anything like table, or any idea like greed, honesty. So these are all termed as noun. What we do call them as in parts of speech, that these are basically the noun. So Aisha is doing the homework, so we termed the particular word Aisha here as a noun. And homework also a noun, because homework is a thing. Pronoun. It is closely related to nouns. It is used as the substitute for a noun or called as standing for nouns. So instead of repetition, instead of repeating the same noun again and again, we use pronouns in our writing or in our speech. Like if I say Aisha is a like if I say Aisha is a beautiful girl, Aisha works very honestly, Aisha do her homework on time. So the repetition of Aisha, 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 instead of repeating the word Aisha again and again, the noun, I will use she. Aisha is a good girl. She does her work on time. So he, she, they, I all are the pronouns that are used instead for the nouns. Verb. It is defined as an action word or the words which shows action. So actually the performance, the words which are showing the performance are known as the verbs. For example, eat, drink. There are many kinds of noun, there are many kinds of pronouns, there are many kinds of verbs. So you can just Google them. Here I am just giving you the overview of the paths of speech, that what actually the parts of speech are. Like words eat, drink, they are showing the action, so these are the verbs. Adjective. It is defined as a word expressing a property or attribute of a noun. So what is adjective? Adjective always defines about a noun. It gives the quality, explains the quality of a noun, that how does a noun look, how does a noun is. Noun means anything, place, idea. Beautiful Pakistan. So beautiful here is the adjective which is modifying or explaining about the place, the noun Pakistan. The tall girl. Girl is a noun, tall is an adjective, and it is explaining about the noun. It is giving information about the quality of the noun. Adverb. It is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. For example, so here are three keywords. Adverb modifies or explains the quality of a verb, adjective, or another adverb. He runs slowly. Here slowly is an adverb, and it is modifying here the verb runs. She is very tall. So tall is an adjective used for she, and very is intensifying, is modifying the word tall. So very is an adverb modifying an adjective. He ended the homework too quickly. So here quickly is an adverb that is modifying the verb ended. He ended the homework. How? He ended the homework quickly, and modifying quickly, too is another adverb that is modifying another adverb. So preposition. A preposition is an important part of the English language. It is used to show a relationship between a noun or pronoun in a sentence and another word in the sentence. So it is used to show the relationship of a noun or a pronoun with other words in the sentence. For example, the book is on the table. So it's showing the relationship of the noun, the book, with the table. The book is where? The book is on the table. Conjunction. Conjunction are words used to connect words, phrases, or clauses. So these are the words that are used to connect the phrases, clauses. For example, we have Ali eats cakes and pastries. So here and is a conjunction that is connecting Ali eats cakes with pastries. Interjection. An interjection is a word added to a sentence to convey an emotion or a sentiment such as surprise, disgust, joy, excitement, or enthusiasm. For example, when we are happy or when a team is happy, they may say, "Hurrah, we have won the match." Or when something bad happened, we say, "Alas." So the words which shows emotions, which shows your excitement, which shows your anger, are all termed as interjection. So this is all about the parts of speech. Now come towards the phrases. What is a phrase? A phrase can be considered a lowest syntactic unit. Here syntactic means grammatical. Can be considered a lowest grammatical unit. It can be defined as a syntactic unit, or we can say the grammatical unit that contains more than one word and lacks the subject-predicate relationship. It contains more than one word and it lacks the subject-predicate relationship. So first, it is very important for you people to understand that what is actually the subject-predicate relationship, because phrase is what which is actually lacking in the subject-predicate relationship. So every complete sentence contains two parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject is what or whom the sentence is about. The subject, we all know, is the doer of the action, the one who is actually doing something, or the one for whom the action is taken about, or for whom the sentence is about, while the predicate tells something about the subject. So the predicate tells something about the subject. A subject is actually the what the sentence is about, and predicate tells about the subject. Let's take an example. A subject is the person or thing that is doing an action, or the person or thing that is the focus of the sentence. The predicate of the sentence is the part that contains the action. It is the part of the sentence that is not the subject and includes all the descriptions of the action and the objects that are affected by the action. So let's take an example. For example, Mary likes to run at the public park. Here, Mary is the subject. The whole sentence is about the Mary. The question you can ask yourself here is, what does Mary do? The answer is likes to run at the public park. The description about the subject is the predicate. Mary is the subject for whom the sentence is about, or which is actually the focus of the sentence. So you can ask yourself, what does Mary do? The answer is likes to run at the public park, and this part is known as the predicate. Notice that the predicate includes the verb in the sentence likes and all the rest of the words that describes what she likes. So it's a common mistake. Some people say that predicate means the only verb. No. Predicate includes the verb along with all other words that are used to describe the subject. So this is the subject-predicate relationship in the sentence, but a phrase do not contain this type of relationship. Phrase example: a beautiful girl is a phrase, beautiful shop is a phrase, the very little girl is a phrase. It is not containing any subject-predicate relationship. So the sentence is a complete sentence. The beautiful girl is eating chocolates. This is a complete sentence. In this, the beautiful girl is a phrase. It does not contain any subject-predicate relationship. So the beautiful girl here is a phrase. So there are many types of phrases. We have noun phrase, we denote it as NP. We have verb phrase, adjective or adjectival phrase, adverb or adverbial phrase, and prepositional phrase. What is a noun phrase? A noun phrase is a phrase which consists of a noun and all the words and word groups that cluster around the noun and add to its meaning. So noun phrase, by the name noun, you are getting the idea that the phrase contains must a noun and all other parts that modifies that particular noun. The flowers in the garden are looking beautiful. This is actually a complete sentence. So the flowers in the garden is a phrase. It is not containing any subject-predicate relationship. So here, the flowers in the garden. These are the words. Here the main noun is flowers, and in the garden is those words, word or word groups that are around the noun and add to its meaning. So this is a noun phrase. This type of phrase is a noun phrase. Any phrase which is actually acting as a noun in the sentence. For example, if we say the flowers are looking beautiful, so the flowers are looking beautiful. So the flowers in the garden, or simply flowers, are working same as a noun. So this is a noun phrase. Then we have verb phrase. A verb phrase is a phrase which consists of a verb and all the words around the verb and add to its meaning. The cat eats the fish. So eats the fish. Eats is a verb. From where the verb starts, that is all the verb phrase. The cat eats the fish. Eats is a verb, so is a phrase which consists of a verb, eats, and all the words around the verb and add to its meaning. Eats the fish is a verb phrase. Adjective phrase. It is a phrase which consists of an adjective and all the words around the adjective and add to its meaning. So it's those words which are acting as an adjective in a sentence are termed as adjective phrase. Mary is slow and steady. So slow and steady is an adjective phrase. She is fond of chocolate. So it's fond of chocolate is actually an adjective phrase. Adverb phrase. It is a phrase which consists of an adverb and all the words around the adverb and add to its meaning. For example, we will escape in the morning. In the morning is describing about the time of escaping, acting as an adverb, and in the morning is the adverb phrase. I will do it in a minute. So it's an adverb phrase. Prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase is a phrase which consists of a preposition and all the words around the preposition and add to its meaning. The book with the shop with books is located far away. So with books is actually a prepositional phrase containing a preposition and all the words that are modifying the meaning of a preposition. The girls in the corner are laughing at me. In the corner is the prepositional phrase. So this is all about phrases and their types. Now coming towards the clauses. So what is a clause? A clause is defined as a syntactic unit, or we can say a grammatical unit, which has a subject-predicate relationship and is a part of a larger unit. So phrase lacks the subject-predicate relationship, but a clause has the predicate relation, subject-predicate relationship. The girl who is wearing glasses looks intelligent. Who is wearing glasses is actually containing the subject-predicate relationship. Who is the subject, is wearing glasses telling about who. So who is wearing glasses is the clause. The shop which is full of with books is situated near the bus, which is a subject, is full with books containing subject-predicate relationship. So it's a clause. So clauses are of two types, dependent and independent clauses. A dependent clause cannot function on its own because it leaves an idea or thought unfinished. It is also called subordinate clause. Dependent clauses help the independent clauses complete the sentence. A dependent clause alone cannot form a complete sentence. So dependent, by the word dependent, means dependent clause cannot convey its meaning on its own. Well, whereas the independent clause can convey its meaning on its own, like a sentence. I bought a car which was too expensive. So which was too expensive is dependent. It is not conveying the meaning unless we add some words. I bought a car with this clause. So which was too expensive is not conveying meaning. I bought a car which was too expensive. An independent clause, or the main clause, functions on its own to make a meaningful sentence and looks much like a regular sentence. So a clause sometimes, the independent clause sometimes acts as a sentence, complete sentence as well. A group of words that can stand on its own as a sentence. For example, I like him, he is a nice man. So it's a simple sentence, or we can say it as an independent or main clause. So this is the difference between dependent and independent clauses. We have studied in this lecture about the parts of speech, the phrases and the clauses. So you can Google their further types and you can learn the more about these things in detail as well. So this is all about today's lecture. These are the references. You can take guide from these references as well. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.